Hey baby, this is Ro. Welcome to the back of the classroom. Hit the like button and let's get your attendance taken for the class and let's get going. Today we're talking about Law 23 from 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And the chapter, this is one's about concentrate your forces. Right? So long story short, the idea is to investigate the situation and you need to get as much information as possible because the idea is you want to be able to concentrate your forces, right? That means everyone's focused on that one goal, everyone's in front of us, that's where we're going. And without the proper information, without the proper research, you could be looking in the wrong direction. You could be focused on the wrong thing, right? There's a lot of information that's misleading. There is a lot of negative influences, negative energies that will do its best to confuse you, confuse the masses, and to get you to believe something is real when it's not. Right? One of the acronyms to fear is false evidence appearing real, and that's where a lot of people is, driven and they're motivated to do things by fear. Something goes wrong. Oh, we got to do this because they put enough negative energy into you to cause you to fear something. And if you really stop and just look at everything that goes on around you, there is absolutely nothing to fear. Even if things aren't going to go the way you want it to, there's still nothing to fear. Like how many times you yourself has gone through something and it might not have been what you wanted it to, but you still got through it. You're still here today. Whether it was a class you didn't like, a person you didn't like, an area you didn't like, you are still here today. So what was your fear? What did your fear do for you besides cripple you? It removed motivation. It moved your ability to enjoy whatever it is you was going to go through, because then you would have had the opportunity to learn from it. Oh, I got to go through this and that and it's not fair. You know what? Life isn't fair. But it's still your life to live. Can't nobody else live it for you. So somebody can tell you, oh, if you do this, this can happen. Cool, appreciate the warning. But at the end of the day, that person's not you. They're giving you advice or a warning based on their own limitations. They don't know what you can do. You might surprise yourself and do something you didn't even know you would do. Even if they know you well, you can surprise people and do something different, right? You're not a robot. You are fully capable of making up your mind and doing things and being better than who you were yesterday. And that's a conscious decision you make amongst yourself. That's not something that's broadcast to the world. So wouldn't nobody really know what you can and can't do until you show them? And you can tell people all day, I can do this and I can do that. Prove it. Let's not talk about it. Let's actually go out there and prove it. Do what you say you can do. Be everything that you said that you are. This isn't a test. This is literally real life. You say you can do something, cool. I'm sold. Do it. Do what you said do. Show me everything that you said because I'm going to invest everything into you. So I need you to do it. You can't do it. Something's wrong. There's a problem. All right. Then you're false advertising. You're telling me something you can't do, or you selling wolf tickets and you want me to believe you could do something you can't. In which case, you're now categorized in the misleading category of you're on that side of the boat. I can't trust anything that you're saying. I'll listen to it. And 9 times out of 10, the more you talk, the more I'll know how misleading you are and what direction I need to focus on. Because it definitely won't be the direction you set in front of me. It won't be what you said. I won't do it how you said do it. Because one, you're not living the life you talking about. So that's all part of gathering the information that you need to make a better decision on what it is you want to do, how you're going to go about it. Now you're in it. You made your decision. You are going to do what you're going to do. Your mind is made up. Your character is based on how you handle things, how you get through the situation. You got sore winners, you got sore losers. So you can win and you're just a bad winner. You gotta gloat and do all this extra demeaning things to your opponent. The win is a win. Walk away with it. If you've been there before, if you ever won something consistently, there's really not much to gloat about. You excited, you won, you got it, you got the W. You celebrate for that moment, but it's not to demeanor, it's not to bring down your opponent. It's just a joyous occasion for yourself. You're gonna celebrate. Then you got sore losers. They lose and they don't know how to lose. They didn't learn the lesson. They felt like they was entitled to it just because they showed up. They were just supposed to get it. They didn't want to hustle. They didn't want to work hard. They didn't want to prepare. They didn't want to do everything they could do to put themselves in the best possible position to win. And all they can do is take it out on everybody else. You didn't pay attention to the rules. You didn't take the time to learn and study and perfect your craft. It's on you. So knowing the pregame, knowing how the outcome can turn out, how you handle yourself in a situation will determine how people see you. So understanding certain concepts that just irrefutable. Fighting on multiple playing fields weakens the army. If you can't concentrate all your forces in one area, the minute you start dividing it, you're half of what you are if you divide it in half. Two, divide it in half. Even if you don't take the full half, let's just take a small amount. So now we're talking percentages. You're still not 100%. And it can come down to the very last man. Never been in war to know, but sometimes these things happen. You can lose just enough people. And had you had a few more people, that might have made a difference in a certain area there, pushing forward there. But you'll never know. And that goes back to making sure you have enough information so you can be prepared for whatever's coming. And sometimes you can never be prepared. Life will throw you a curveball and you was expecting a fastball. That's just the way life is. But the concept is you can understand what a curveball looks like. You understand what a fastball looks like. Understand what a knuckleball looks like. And these are all different types of pitches that can come at you. And as long as you can recognize it and you worked hard to increase your reaction time and your readiness to be prepared for anything that comes at you, you are ready and prepared to make a change on the fly. If you play football, it's called an audible. You read the defense. You read the offense. You see what's going on and you know the way you're stacked, the way you set up isn't going to work. Call the audible real quick and you shift the line. You shift your players. You get everybody in position to handle whatever's about to come next. You don't know what the opposition is going to bring into you, but you can be damn sure you set yourself up in a position to make sure you don't lose. And if you do lose, you pay attention to what's going on so you can do better next time. You don't let them do it to you again. Not the same way. Now, there's a reversal to every law. So the way they predict this is, at times, it's best to spread out, do a guerrilla warfare tactic, right? Blend into the scenery and just overcome the opposition, take what they have, and just increase yours. Again, if you know you're going to be overrun, you know you're like outgunned, outmatched, then yes. You definitely go ahead and you flank the opposition from the rear. You change their focus, you confuse them, you do different things. You play dirty because the objective is to win. As far as I'm concerned, there are no... You can go too far, but a win is a win. When it comes to life and death, your goal is to honestly survive. And if survival is the goal, then you'll do whatever it takes. People might frown upon you, but again, like I said, what you do and how you do is determined by your character. Not how you think, but what it is that you do. You're held by two things in life, what you do and what you say. So concentrate your forces. Don't divide them unless you have to go into a guerrilla warfare state of mind or guerrilla warfare tactic when it comes to handling certain things. But focus your concentration on one path. Don't come up with a plan B, a plan C. Just come up with different ways to make plan A work. Because if what you really want and you set your mind to it, you got to keep going around and making adjustments and tweaking it. And if you get an inch and you lose 2 and you got to get another 3, then that's what you got to do. But the more you push forward, the more you study and understand and prepare yourself for it, it's hard to lose. And a lot of times people think, oh, well, I lost, I'm just going to go ahead and do something else. No, keep pushing forward. If you listen to Nipsey, he said he went through everything, every emotion, and he didn't stop. So go through it. If it's worth it, and if you feel it is worth pushing for it and pursuing it, don't ever stop. Keep doing what you want to do the way you see best fit to accomplish your goal. And don't be afraid to learn, modify, and come back at it a different way. All right, so we made it this far on the podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you. Rails Lock is up and running. We have new gear coming. Check it out. Love you. Peace.